I'm Tim and I lived van life for 3 years, and the most common question I got asked was, where do you shower? And in this video, I'm going to show you my 8 options, yes, 8, and rank them from the absolute worst to the very best. And one of those options is completely free, available almost everywhere, and ended up becoming my absolute favourite. Wait around till number 1 to find out what that is. And actually, there was one other question that I got asked a lot as well, and that was, where do you go to the toilet? No, I never did it, not once in 3 years. Just ask yourself the same question. When was the last time you went to the loo in somewhere that wasn't in your own house? Petrol station, shopping centre, there's tons everywhere. Instead, let's answer the much more interesting question, which is, where do you shower when you live in a van? All right, but before we get into the list, some of the things I considered when ranking the options are cost, cleanliness, conveniency, privacy, and reliability. Okay, let's get into this list. And in at number 8 is something I discovered at Burning Man, and that is the common wet wipe. But these wet wipes are not so common. Look at these ultra grime double XL cloth wipes. These things are mega. I found them when I was redoing the van, and I bought these industrial type ones, blue, smelt like Dettol, just to wipe surfaces down, keep my hands clean while I was doing lots of other tasks. And at the end of the day, I was like, my hands smell like Dettol, which was not ideal, but they felt really clean. And they've got aloe vera in them. They've got this for everyday use. They're meant to clean up surfaces. That's what they're designed for. But I discovered that they do a really good job of cleaning up me as well. Tough on dirt, safe on hands. And I used the sort of really strong Dettol smelling ones for a while, but then I think it was at Dover ferry terminal, I discovered they do them in different smells and flavours. No, not flavours. Like this one, which is pomelo, but they also do them like in lemon lime and all kinds of things. There's the blue one, that's the really Dettol-y one. But these things are mega. They're double XL as well, and I'm double XL, so that helps. And I can basically clean the important bits of me with 2 of these. So I use one for head, arms, pits, and a second one for everything down below. And then, just to double up, just to sort of give yourself a really nice fresh finish, I take one of these, just a standard kind of baby wet wipe kind of thing, and just go over my face and just clean my hands as well. Works an absolute treat. Not every day, every second or third day, something like that, between main showers. Keeps you smelling fresh, keeps you feeling fresh. Winner. And next, at number 7, this is not a main showering option, but if you're in a pinch, if you're caught somewhere where getting a shower, you're out of water or whatever is not possible, Pits and Bits does a very decent job. Somebody told me about this at Download 2025, and I immediately went out and bought some and tried it. And folks, I was not impressed. It just did not seem to do the job. You couldn't get any suds going. It didn't seem to make you that clean, and I kind of just dismissed it for quite some time. And then once more, I was in a pinch, and it was the only thing I had available. So I read the instructions, those tiny little instructions, a little bit closer, and it said you need to give it full beans, basically. And when I did that, I realised that actually it was very good. You need to go quite heavy with it, get the suds going. Wouldn't use it every day, not by any means, but in between showers, this thing will keep you feeling fresh and smelling fresh as well. I would say in the feeling fresh thing, you feel clean, but I find it gives like a little bit of a sticky residue kind of thing. Maybe I'm not toweling it off properly, I don't know, but you don't feel as clean with this, but I'd still recommend it. Still a very good thing to have. Pits and Bits, baby. Next on the list, at number 6, is the good, honest, cold shower. But when you live in van life, cold showers aren't miserable, they're joyful. You can find them on most beaches, and I've enjoyed cold showers all over Europe, especially to cool down in the midday sun. So for me, this is very much a situational option. For example, I wouldn't be rushing to have a cold shower after a cold day skiing. And in at number 5 is a wild swim. I mean, not in there, that's a green gunky mess, but somewhere like this. Or this. Or this. For me, van life was all about getting out in nature, being more connected to my surroundings, and taking a dip in a river, a lake, or the sea was a huge part of that. Oh my God, that is Baltic. You wake up somewhere beautiful, you open the van doors, and instead of getting into a shower cubicle, you walk into a lake or the sea. And sometimes, if you've been walking or hiking,
you can wash your shoes at the same time.
This option isn't going to leave you soapy clean, but it's a decent alternative to a real shower, and it's incredibly good for the soul. Oh, that was wicked. Super fresh now after a sweaty drive. And I know what you're thinking, why didn't I just get a shower installed? Well, there are quite a few reasons, and I'll talk about those at the end. Okay, into the second half, and the remainder of my options all have one thing in common: the water is hot.
At 4 are hot showers that you have to pay for. You can find these in service stations, gyms and spas, like this one.
This is a gym fitness centre swimming pool, and they let you use their showers for €3.75. There's lots of other options that I have, but when it's cold outside, to be able to come into the pool and get a hot shower after a day on the slopes, it is worth $3.75 easily. Decent flow that. We're into the top 3, and coming in third are hot showers that are part of something else.
So for example, a hot spring, a swimming pool, a gym, a spa, or somewhere else where you're already going for another reason. This is one of my favourite ways of getting a shower, because the shower isn't the main event. You might go swimming and then have a shower afterwards. You might visit a hot spring and spend the day soaking in the water. You might go to a gym to exercise and then use the facilities there. And this is one of the things that makes van life quite different from living in a house. At home, having a shower is just something you do. When you're living in a van, you start to build your day around the things you want to do, and a shower can become a part of that.
And I'm going to spend a few hours here soaking and relaxing. And in second place, maybe controversially, are free hot showers. Yeah, this is not my number one choice.
A hot shower that you don't have to pay for. There are lots of ways this can happen. You might find free facilities at a beach. You might have access to a shower through a friend. But where I found this more than anywhere else is service stations, both in the UK and all over Europe.
And boom, service stations, showers, free. All the way through France, tons of them.
Getting to use a free hot shower can feel like the ultimate luxury when living van life.
That was absolutely mega. Steaming hot and amazing water flow. But it's not my number one, because as I said previously, van life is all about getting outside. So my favourite showering method is the dashboard heated bottle shower.
I started doing this over 15 years ago at festivals in the UK. Tired of queuing for showers or finding them out of order, this is essentially the low-tech van life solution to hot water. You just get 1 or preferably 2 1.5 litre bottles, fill them with water, leave them on the dashboard, and the sun, even in the UK, does the rest. And
I use natural soap for that. That's the tiny last little remaining bit of it, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I'll link it in the description down below. It just feels so fresh and invigorating, and it's got like lots of little bits in it, so it's exfoliating as well. Oh, that is an evocative smell.
Now, obviously, this isn't going to give you a long, luxurious shower. You're not going to be standing under it for 20 minutes contemplating the meaning of life, but that's not really the point. It is simple, it is free, it uses no electricity, and I've had water so hot that it was actually painful to shower with.
Feel absolutely magic now. Didn't distress that hiker too much as he walked past. So those are my 8 ways of getting clean while living in a van, ranked from least to most desirable. And I think the main thing that I've learned is there isn't really just one perfect solution. Sometimes you want a proper hot shower. Sometimes a cold swim in a beautiful lake is the best shower in the world. Sometimes you just need to freshen up with some wet wipes and carry on with your day. The biggest difference between living in a van and living in a house is you stop expecting everything to be available all the time.
And the reason I never installed a shower in my van, compromise. I love how stealthy the Timmy Bago was. Easily fits in one parking space. Nobody would know it's a van life van from the outside, and it has limited space inside. And for me, even if I got a bigger van, I'd think long and hard about whether I installed a shower.
But I'd love to know, if you live in a van, how do you shower? And if you're thinking about van life, which of these options would you be most willing to try? Let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up while you're down there, and why not subscribe? There are loads more adventures coming up on Tonic's World Tour. Peace.